Okay, it shows that I am live. So I'm just going to wait as always for all of you joining. It's a beautiful Sunday, and I love to have my Sundays productive. I was literally doing some stuff today, and I was thinking of the times where I did not work for myself, and most of my life I did work for myself. I was self-employed most of the time, and being your own boss, you're a privilege of deciding when to take your free time, and on the other hand, you're always at work. And because I'm so passionate about my work and I love so much that I do, that I don't feel like I'm working, even if it's Sunday and I work from home. I love it. And since some of you are already here, I wanted to read something for you. And there is a quote: "The mind is a bundle of thoughts and memories, ever-changing, restless, and limited." And this is a quote from Nisargadatta Maharaj, which I believe is my guru from probably some of my past lives. I came across online through his teachings. I started to listen to it. I started doing what he advised to. So I was watching my thoughts. I was watching my breath. I practiced awareness every moment of my life. And at that time, I had 2 years work where I was employed and I was in management companies and management and administration. And it was interesting how I was training my mind to be present and in here and now, and how it led me to that immense love opening up and nirvanic state, ecstatic state of energy just flowing. And I fully understood by having an experience of what it is to be literally blessed. And since then, my biggest desire was to pass this to others, that state of, let's call it a state of mind, considering that in the game of life we are mind and body, but in reality, how would I call it? State of being, most likely, because it was so enjoyable, it was so pleasurable, it was so freeing, and that's why I always introduce, I try my best to introduce the practice of awareness prior to the practice of unity. So let's sit in a comfortable position. I believe you are most likely leaning against something, so you can fully relax and you don't have to worry about anything. And just close your eyes. Begin breathing in and out through the nose. First, fully controlling the breath. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Again, deep breath through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Big sigh. Couple of more sighs, as many as you feel you need today, especially tired, with trouble, or it's the end of the day. And with the eyes closed, relax the center of your head, relax your face, relax your eyes, muscles in and around your eyes, relax your tongue, and witness this time, instead of controlling it, witness the breath. Breathing in and out. Just simply realize that you're not your breath. You're witnessing it. Now, pay attention to your body. Notice what are sensations in the body. Knowing that you're not physical sensations, you're not any emotions. The breath is there, it becomes more and more relaxed, supporting you in being very present. And you're moving to check on your mind. And as you're watching the thoughts, you realize that you're not your thoughts. Breathing in and out, in and out. See what else in your mind. And you understand that you're not your past and you're not your future. You're not any memories of the past, any expectations or visions about the future. So you're not your imagination. You're not your desires. You're not your beliefs about who you are. You're not any concept or any information that you ever read. You can witness it now. And you're also not the physical body. It can be witnessed right now. You're not your name. You're not your surname. You're not your education. You're not your size, your shape. You're not your weight. You're not the clothes that the body is wearing. And that image of you that you usually hold in your mind, it's also not you. And you're not your story. Breathing in and out through the nose. You clearly become witnessing more and more what is in the body and mind, what is in this space around you, like the sounds, perhaps any noises, sound of your breath, sound of my voice, but you're none of it. Everything that is perceived cannot be you because you need to perceive it. So who else would perceive it if it was you? That makes more and more sense. So you can, in the space where you are right now, in that moment where you are present with what is, you're not identifying yourself with anything. So if there is sadness inside of you, you can see the sadness is witnessed. In the awareness, in the presence of who I am in reality. So you are becoming consciousness that is conscious of everything that is happening in that moment. The breath, my voice, the mind, body, but none of it is you. So by removing the story, not looking at the memories, and by the way, if you've been with me just 2 days ago, you would remember I was inviting you to play the game of not going to the past and not sharing the story, forgetting about it for the whole week. So when you do not hold to any story of the past, and you don't hold any image of who you believe you are, there is the beingness, there is still feeling of I am, but it's not attached to anything. The breath is there, and the feeling of I am is there. But that I am is not conditioned by anything, by the circumstances, by the weather, by the beliefs, because it's completely detached. And that detachment gives you a freedom. And that I am is still a part of presence of the being that you are. You know that you are, but you don't know now what you are. We've detached you from all your beliefs who you believed you were, and you may feel the peace. You definitely feel some kind of freedom, lightness, silence, joy of being, because there is still a thought, which is also a feeling of I am, right? And that I am is in the consciousness, and I am itself is kind of it is a consciousness. But the consciousness is infinite, and you are an infinity of consciousness. You're limitless, you are spaceless, formless, nameless being that just knows that it is. Knowing the breath is still there, knowing that you are eternal as that, and there is that background knowing, if we have to call it somehow. It's not really background or forefront, but let's call it a kind of background knowing, the I am. But you know the I am because it gives you a feeling of being, right? So we're just investigating. As the body still breathes, of course you can get back to playing who you believed. That identity on every day, as soon as you open your eyes. But just let's investigate a little bit more. Because if the body and if I am is a sensation that comes and goes, because when you go to sleep, are you aware of your body? Are you aware of it being present? Are you aware of that I am? Most of people are not, unless they are self-realized, they are constantly aware. So the body appears and disappears. When you go to sleep, there is no body because you don't remember you even exist as a body. There is not even feeling of I am, right? But you don't know whether you are or you are not. You don't have a proof that you disappeared either. You are just unaware of the body, but the presence of what you are, it's eternal. It still exists. But But the sensation of the body, it comes and goes, comes and goes. You wake up, it's another day, you feel who you are. But body, personality attached is no kind of story, and you carry on the day. You go to sleep, it's gone. No more personality, no more identity. So now, you can actually be in that state, which is being between fully asleep and fully awakened, and the presence of what you are is there, and it can be experienced by itself. So it just knows that it is. So just breathe in and out and know it. Just know it, right? You are. You still exist. And it's an interesting observation because now, when you think, okay, if I am, it's just this sensation, what would happen if I remove I am, that feeling of I am? How would it feel? Where would you have where would you be? Let's shift that state of where you are conscious of the I am, but now we're going to shift it to the state of awareness. And Ms. Aguilera Maharaj says, I am that I am. So you are that when you remove I am. And this is where it comes to the awareness. Because awareness, it is the prior even to being. So, just give it a space. No need to force it, no need to control it. Notice what is happening. The body is breathing. And you're absolutely detached from everything, that's for sure. If you practice with me for a while here, you would feel the lightness, the freedom, the joy of being. All of that is just by the knowing of your presence. Just by you being in this particular moment. And so it is. So you are, in some way, what it is. And there is no probably you, it's more like what it is. And it's an interesting sense, right? And don't worry if you didn't shift to being awareness that is just there. It's okay to just feel yourself in the vastness of what you are. It's already freeing you from any tiredness, any imposed commitments, obligations, work, all that stuff. Body is breathing, you're relaxed, that's good enough. So from here, we're going to do our unity practice. I want you now to, from exactly the point where you are, from here and now, simply realize that you're one unified consciousness. All the beings are saying, I am. And if they don't say it, like the dog, right, the bird, they can't speak obviously, but they know this I am, this beingness that's present in them exists. So now as just one unified consciousness, simply amplify the vibration of love and kindness many, many times over. Breathing in and out, through the nose. Keep amplifying the vibration of love and kindness. And if you just joined our practice, you don't have to keep your eyes closed. If you are at work, if you are traveling, if you are doing something that you need to keep your eyes open, just do this practice with us. Imagine you're one unified consciousness, and within that, amplify the vibration of love and kindness many, many times over. Amplify it 1,000,000 times, and then 10,000,000 times, and then 100,000,000 times. And then billion times. Knowing there is no force, it kind of keeps playing the game, so we don't want you to be stressed that you're doing something wrong or you can't do it. You can. Just imagine that you are the most powerful thing in a reality that has always existed, will be existing, and existing now. So, now feel how everything shifted in the body and mind, and how you are vibrating. And you will notice the vibration gets higher and higher and higher as you continue amplifying that beautiful energy of love and kindness. And it just gets so high that you're vibrating the brightest energy, the highest energy of love and kindness. So everything around you begins vibrating love and kindness. And of course, that aura, it just attracts everything into your life. Animals come to you, children, people, everybody loves that energy because you're magnificent, you're magnetic, you are very charismatic, a light being. And now, when I say light, I'm thinking of one of my students. She would know who she is, because when I looked today at her picture, I was like, wow, like the screensaver she shared. And it's amazing. It's so much of light. That's how I imagine us vibrating, full of light. There is energy of oof, like this beautiful light energy. It's like it was so beautiful, that photo, that screensaver. I wish I could share it with you. Just magnificent. And we are light beings. We just keep forgetting about it. And so let's just continue focusing on the practice. And I want you to imagine that many people on this planet Earth are also amplifying the vibration of love and kindness, realizing themselves as one unified consciousness. So it gets higher even, and higher and higher, and we all do it many times over being one unified consciousness, and continue amplifying it through every person on the planet Earth. It just becomes even more powerful, more beautiful, it's divine. And now I want you to invite all the people that you love into this field. You can think of your friends, family members you love. The field is amazing and people love it. As soon as we amplify the energy of love and kindness, it happens that more people are joining, which I love to see. So those who join, please enjoy. The energy is very, very high right now. Amplify the love and vibration, the frequency of love and vibration with us, and invite all your beloved ones, people that you love, you appreciate, you are so grateful to have in your life. Think of the teachers, think of the friends, think of the colleagues, people you have worked in the past, students, if you have any clients, and let them be with us in this absolutely magnificent field. And now let's invite all the people that you might dislike, and many people here would say, I don't have any people that I dislike. So think of your bosses, ex-bosses, colleagues, ex-friends, ex-partners, ex-girlfriends or boyfriends, business partners. There are people that dynamics between you and them is not great. People who have made a comment and you got offended. People that might have not responded to you when you wanted and it triggered you. Any people that have triggered you in the past or recently, just call them in and feel this incredibly powerful. So it's doing all the work. It flows through you. It cleanses all the stagnation, any energy, any unspoken words, any suppressed emotions, any disappointment, any hurt. Just witness the breath. It's still happening. And now that you are a consciousness more than a person, you will notice that it does not anyhow move you. Okay? If you've been practicing enough with me here, and if you reach that state where you are high, you are way higher above the situation. You're looking from above onto the scene and you see that happens, but there is no personal attachment or involvement into it. Breathing in and out through the nose, you notice that you let go easily because you're not that hurt person that you identified yourself with anymore. On this story that you believe on in your life on like a daily basis, but there is no need to believe in it anymore. And because of that, suffer, or because of that, have some negative energy in you that is destroying your body and yourself from inside out. Let go and let God to sort it out for you. So when the ego, the mind, the identity that I am, that is this whole story there, whole blah, 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 emotions, feelings, that's for me, when that steps back, there is nothing to protect. There is nobody to be offended. There is just vastness of the being that is a magnificent being. And it's only one being that's taking many bodies to play the game. So who are you offending? the game of life, where you are involved in the drama. Only then you can create more drama and more damage to yourself. If you go up into who you really are, because that's the only reality, the divine self. And as in some Sanskrit, in some holy books, they say the God is dreaming and imagining the world, and you, I, other people, everybody here from our community, is the imagination, is the God's imagination. Let's not complicate it as a God's imagination, so it's a dream. Let's call it a God imagination. So you are imagined in the God imagination. So who do you need to battle with? If that personality is imagined for the sake of the game to play, it becomes funny, or some people sometimes cry because it's like a drama and comedy at the same time. You are the one who is witnessing it, watching it, and when you identify with your personality and the body and everything you believed about yourself, by how other people perceived you and how the world perceived you and how you perceive the world, and then you become suffering and you lost and forgot yourself. And now today you just back into what you are, into the highest state of your being, and that's delightful, that's free, that's delicious, and that's the only reality that you are. So, I hope you can feel it, guys, and I hope you let the divine energy, you step away from the God doing what it's doing on every day for us. So everything could be received here. All the energy cleansing, everything that was suppressed, everything that was hypnotized into you, everything that you imagined that happened, or the God imagined playing the game through the personality that you believed you were. So let's just the God to wipe it out all. Just step back, no need to do anything. And it's really, really interesting game, because even when you look at the higher philosophy, it's like even the fact that we think that we need to step back, in order to step back, we need to believe that there is I, the personality and identity and the mind, who were somehow stopping the God from doing its work. And when you dissolve that personality, that identity, and that mind, nothing is there but divine, but magnificent. And that's why they're saying there is no doer. Like, you don't do anything, but it doesn't mean that you're just lazy watching TV, Netflix, and have a popcorn. No, the God is taking action through you, through that body. So anyway, it might be a bit too much philosophy today. Let's go back to our unity practice, and let's invite into this field all the animals, all the living beings. As I spoke, you already felt that anything that was blocking you, any beliefs, false memory of who you were, false story, you just let it to dissolve. ascends to that one universal consciousness, transforms there, and sends back already into you with more love, more kindness. And that love can flow now because there's no personality, no identity, no mind that is blocking it. It's just, the body just breathes by itself. And with each breath, inhale that love, you accept that love. You are receiving it fully. And it's delicious. The life is happening already through the body, through the divine. Great. Feeling amazing, feeling high. Feeling lots of love and kindness in every cell of the body, in your aura, in your field. You just know that all the area where you are is vibrating that highest vibration. And the radius is enormous. Invite all the animals on the planet Earth. Invite all the living beings. Invite the insects, the birds into this field. And let it all be surrounded with the highest love of the divine presence that is here in what you are and is magnificent. The instant healing is happening right here, right now. And the time is always this moment. You are ready to receive it. Here and now, right now, is received, is accepted. And I would like to invite you to see yourself as imagination of God, and now imagine through the God's imagination, not even through the human imagination, through the God's imagination, how the God sees you, imagines you in this game of life. How is he imagining that avatar of you? So the divine comes through you. And imagine your mind and body, or the mind and body, is always divine. And you, as that alive being now, playing the game of life, being that magnificent, something divine, something incredible. So you are purely loved. And when the God or divinity plays the game through you, your seeing is the God seeing. Your hearing is the God, the divine hearing. Your acting is the divine acting. And I just want you to be showered in that moment of this realization. You are fully loved because you are loved. You are divine love floating in this game life. And there is no poor me, that personality, it's not there anymore. It's only your being that is high, that is divine, that is magnificent, that is full of light, full of love, full of self-love. And I want you just to give it a moment and feel that what the God feels through you. My body is still breathing, it's still there for you to play the game. And how are you going to play the game right now? When you come back to your full awareness and participate in everyday life. I want you to carry on doing this practice of forgetting any memory, any story of you, again for a week. Remember we were saying that it's just kids. Let's play. No past, no future at the moment. Let's make it focus not past first. It's not to make it complicated. So for the week, there is no past. Anytime your mind will go into the past, you are come back to the now, to the moment of now, and then you see yourself through the divine, through the God imagining you in this game of life. And I bet the God is imagining you so beautiful, so magnificent, so excellent, so divine, the best version of you. So you actually vibrating that light. You hold those two light bulbs in your hands that you can share with the others. People entering your field, they've got absolutely no clue. They want to stay so much around you, and they can't explain why. And you know why. Because you know who you really are. I want you to remain in that state for the rest of your day and carry on when you wake up in the morning, remembering that you are the most beautiful, the most precious, divine thing in the world. And of course, the God looks after you because the divine presence is there. It looks after himself, that energy, that consciousness is flowing. And more good deeds could be done through you, more beautiful activities, and more peace, more harmony, more kindness can be manifested into this reality. So I'm sending you much love, and keep shining in your new identity. Anchor yourself here, and your life is going to be exceptionally divine. Much love, and I see you here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Bali time, 2 p.m. Berlin, Barcelona, also Spain, and Hungary, 10 p.m. Sydney, 1 p.m. UK. Thank you for being part of this community. Go and shine your light bright.